All right, so going a little bit deeper in this, I just want to talk about protecting privacy and obtaining permission. So, we're going to talk about the importance of the topic when it comes to writing your personal memoir of protecting others' privacy and obtaining permission to use content about them. So, when you're writing your memoir, it's super important to remember that you have the responsibility to protect the privacy of others in your life. Now, you may have the right to tell your story, but you also have the responsibility to respect the rights of others. So, how do you do that? Here's your top 10 tips. And obviously, top of it should be to use some common sense, but we're going to say number one, obtain permission. If you plan to use or include their information about someone, anyone in your memoir, get their permission first. Number two, change the names and identifying details. If you're worried about violating someone's privacy, consider changing their name or other identifying details in your memoir so that it's not suspected that it's them. Number three, be cautious with sensitive information. Now, protecting their sensitive information is definitely a legal consideration. You want to make sure that you don't expose someone else's sensitive information. It could hurt them, it could hurt their loved ones, and it could lead to legal issues. Number four, use discretion with personal information. Again, this is pretty much what I just said. If it's not relevant to your story, that, let's say, someone is 280 pounds, they're not going to want you to tell the world that, unless they have been open and, vocal about it themselves. And then even then, you still would ask them their permission. It's their information to share, not yours. Unless it's directly pertinent to your story, it's best to just leave it out. Use discretion with this personal information. It really is something that you just make a thought process, and you're like, no, I don't need to say that. No, I don't need to say that. And your story is just as strong without it. Number five, consider the impact on others. Before sharing the information about someone in your memoir, ask yourself, how is it going to impact them? How is it, will their reputation be tarnished? Will their personal life be impacted? These things matter to somebody, even if they don't matter to you. So, and I'm not saying they don't, but just be very cautious. Number six, stick to the facts. When you're writing a memoir, you really need it to be honest and authentic. And I say that a lot, but it really is important because you don't want someone else to be seen by the reading public, that person is somehow judged or is not a good person. It's not nice, and it potentially isn't true, because typically when we're writing a memoir, it's about our opinion and our feelings. So you have to be careful about things like that, but stick to the facts. Number seven, be respectful. When writing about someone in your memoir, just be respectful and avoid making negative or hurtful statements. If somebody is always negative, maybe you want to fictionalize that character's name. You can have a negative friend, just don't tell the world that it's Alicia Smith, whoever. Don't name her. You can absolutely have that negative friend. 8, avoid stereotypes. This is really important. I have opinions that I'm going to keep to myself, but avoid stereotypes. When you write about other people who are of different races or genders or cultures, just there's no reason to add a stereotype in there or make broad generalizations. It hurts the person, but it hurts everybody, because it shows different things about your perspective. It does add depth to your character if you make a slur or something like that. Um, but that's not the character you want to deepen. Just be really careful with stuff like that. And then 9, consult a lawyer. I am going to say that probably another 2 or 3 times before we're done with this chapter, just because it is really important to protect yourself, protect your interest, your financial situation, and just make sure that you're not hurting anybody and you're not hurting yourself. Use your judgment, number 10. Just be a good judge of what you've put down on paper. If you absolutely swear that it's right, then do it. Do it. But know that you may have to defend it. You may have a fight, but it's yours. It's your story to tell, as long as it's true. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the next section.